do you know I need a little more time? Underneath it all, I'm held captive by the hole inside. I've been holding back for the fear that you might change your mind. I'm ready to forgive you, but forgetting is a harder fight. Little do you know I need a little more time.
I'll wait, I love you like you never felt the pain. I'll wait, I promise you don't have to be afraid. I'll wait, the love is here and here to stay. So
Bah. Abada. Oh. I think I know what's wrong. I need to open VNyan really quickly. Well, it's already open, but I need to make it main. I gotta make sure it's going underneath the correct lip sync. Of all the things, I did not make sure that one was working. But also, hello everybody, how you doing? Okay, so I needed to be on output B1, not B2, to get the model to move its mounting positions in the same manner that it needs to be moving right now. I hope. Okay, can't see. Ooh. I need to make sure it's working. I need to move the mini menu. Huh. Maybe more smoothing? I was assuming smoothing would make it worse. But if that's the way it must be done, then it must be done in the way that must be done. Or is it because of the game? Is it because of the game? I don't know. I do not know. It seems like it's working, but it also seems like it's not working. How do I fix? I probably don't. Oh well, I live with this, I guess. But hi, chat. Good to see everyone is doing what they should be and doing things of the things of the things of the stuff things. Wow. Mouth really does not like to move a lot of the time. Unless I overly express. I'm not expressing at all. Okay, so tonight I did mention yesterday we were going to be doing just a little bit of art to make up for last week because we're making up art because we're making it up from last week. I don't go. I think you don't go. I saw a grumpy punt on the peripherals of my mind hole. Yes, I saw you staring for what I'm saying, Coco. I can feel the stares. Stairs. But yeah, Coco may be in a little bit more of a attention-wanting mood because of the, well, I don't know if it's still going on. Like canceling headphones do kind of do that. But there was storming noises outside. PC, you're good. I mean, not PC. PC, you're good. You're fine. You're great. Keep doing the magicalness of working. I meant laptop. I know it's a laptop with a little bit laggy. Only slightly. Minimally. Teensy weensy. One sec. Track to put it on passport. I feel like money measurements. Oh, wait, hold on. I could be because of the others thing I gotta roll me. You don't know which way that's going. I feel a little bit better. It just felt like I was slowly sliding forward. And I don't wanna. Ooh, but yeah, so I think today we're just gonna, at the very minimum, try to get a sort of shape of the rest of the party for the Mimic family picture, I guess you could call it. Which I could, switch to scene to. This scene specifically. And if we have time, we'll move ourselves slowly and carefully over to Everness of Neverness. Because, well, we love our never to ever. Delicious. Okay.
Nice.
And sorry about that. I had to react to to the YouTube tag. It's just last couple times I got messages about that, they did not react at all, so it seemed very bot-like. Alright. Obviously, I'm not going to explain too much what the message is, because it's, well, it's not a bad message, obviously, but... Oh, wait, no. Move to the left. Don't worry, baby Mimic. We'll get you back soon. Okay, so if I remember, the method of normally doing a relatively normal torso, let's get it back to, keep it in the up position. Okay, so scale it inwardly a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. Edit mode, Shift D, move it on those. That one. Get long. Okay, so that's roughly the ribcage area, then the belly area. So then we go Shift D, move it on the Z, shrink it, and then grow it. That should roughly be semi-hip. Not hip-hop. That's a different monstrosity. I do just now remember. As always, it helps to mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What are we gonna do until we're done? Okay, so mirror. That way, when we make the legs and all that other contraptions, it'll just be easier. Okay, so Shift D. It's trinkets, and then get forward view to flip. Big old thighs, yeah. Fear us. Anyway. I think it was Alt S. There we go. Rotate again. Bring it in. Around there. Alt S again. Get a little bit more. It kind of looks like one of those, what are they called? The little sausage delis, sort of. Right? And rotate on the axle bits. Back Y, turn get on Y. Something like that. But it'll look a lot better when we remesh it. I hope. I'm gonna have to use the sculpt a little bit, but that's not a not now. Just this thing. Okay, then we go ahead and get ourselves a cylinder for yeah, yeah, yeah. So from where the neck essentially would be meeting the arms, like so, and I meant the UV sphere. The UV sphere is good. Like that. We go with another cylinder. This one's kind of self-explanatory what purpose this one's for. Look. That. Can we grab this? Take it down a little bit. Might need to shrink it all around. Bring it like that. Have it tilt like so. Get it in a little bit more. Okay. And then we go ahead and put L on it. Shift D, bring it forward, shrink it down, rotate on the X. It's going to get that like basic muscle group separation. Not 100% needed, but it's nice to look at. I hope. Use that to make sure whenever it meshes, it relatively goes okay. And this one's nice and simple. Shift D, move it over, bring it up, bring it down, bring it in a little bit more. Nice elbow. And then let's Shift D. And go click, bring it in, bring it forward. And then you select the whole thing, Shift D, rotate on the X axis. Right, because it wasn't straight across. Yeah, that makes sense. And then it's just a matter of click, pulling it a little bit backwards, rotate it on the axis. Take a look all right over here. Yep. I think that should do it a little bit. As for the hands, I think I'll leave the hands blank because we got a human, a halfling, a dragonborn that we got to do. And this is just, going to be the base models for each one. Simplicity's sake, let's also take away these vertices. Okay. Okay. Let's just flatten that out a little bit. Things here. Flatten out the back a little bit. Big gut.
Nice.
Hello, Too Strong for Life. Hope you're having a good evening. How are you doing tonight? And I'm just making a base for, what was it again? A halfling, a drow, dragonborn, and a human. Essentially, I'm just, for the fun of it, making a 3D of what I imagine the D&D characters looking like and the D&D campaigns on relative Fridays. It there. Oh, nice. Anything special, or just messing with the buttons? Because I think everybody can say they love messing with the buttons. I can definitely say I love messing with the buttons. Okay, I think almost that's a good ending point. And then with that hash. Yeah, it's always 0.05. Just to keep a little bit of that dip in there. Yeah, that's perfect. So, what do you prefer doing? Sculpting, making models, making objects, creatures? Anything specific, or do you just play around with what you can? Have, actually, yeah, probably a mistake to mesh it. Yeah, I have enough undos. I don't think I do. Dang it. Alright, yeah, looks like I gotta redo this. I probably shouldn't mesh it until I get like the heads and stuff in it. Oh. Original or I've never actually really messed with the animation personally. Also because I'm still like relatively really new to the whole Blender scene in general. Probably being the biggest what would be the word for it? Caveat? I think that's the right word for it. Okay, for a little bit. No, fair. Fair. You kind of have to love what you do if you got to make a lot. I accidentally made this piece. Yeah, well, technically a lot faster than before. It's not going to be as developed, I think. I mean, it does kind of skip the step with the probably not a good idea to look at gift horse in the house, Gift horse in the house. Yeah, I completely nailed that saying. Ouch. Oh man, wow, I can't believe I fumbled that saying so bad like right just then. Oof. Kind of hilarious, actually. Time to gift horse and the peanut butter. Ugh. Ooh, Brain did some sort of monstrosity to be there. I swear, English is my first language. I'm just not good at it. I will always love the fact that you can just go, I wanted to move only up, only left, or only front. I love the Z, X, and Y button. If only my finger could remember which one I wanted to press at the time. Oh. Okay. Okay, so gotta remember to hold off on meshing this. Saying it out loud because my brain doesn't work well, apparently. Ah! Soon as I said it! As soon as I said it! I should have known! Oh, you mean, this bird guy? This is just my VTuber, model that I did also make in, Blender. I am working on, replacing this model. I've been wanting to make Like I do love it. I like the the strings, rope, whatever you want to call it, the fur, the coat. I hate that I kind of technically failed at the ring because I can't get the physics to work properly. I think it's because I made items too small for it to really register. So I'm working in the background on a model to actually have like facial expressions and things of that nature. So it is a process, mostly because I'm trying to make it not like an exact anime character, but more anime esque. There's just a problem of I'm I've never actually like even when I sketch or things of that nature, I've never been really good at making a human uh characteristic. I've always been better at making like dinosaurs, dragons, creatures. I guess would be the exact wording for it. Bring it forward, down. All right, to get the I'll do it. Um, hmm. Can kind of see it. I just hope it works in the way I need it to. Like, I'm not trying to make a super defined arm because, again, there's going to be a halfling that isn't going to be very developed as one of the D&D characters. I mean, the way I saw it was, it makes more sense that you'd want to like draw something more what you don't see all the time. For the most case, sure, you could see them in the museum, but they were someone else's sort of mind child, so it didn't really feel. It just felt a little. How do you? I felt like they could go with the different ideas. That's the way I was kind of seeing it. Like, oh, so that's how they believe the dinosaur looked like. But what if it could look like a little bit like having cartilage? Like, obviously, you can't see the bones of a nose because it's all cartilage. There's the guesstimation, but you don't really know if someone had like a nose that suddenly did a 90-degree turn, unless you like saw pictures or things of that nature. That's kind of the reason why I kind of like sketching. I can never really get really good at the coloring portion. I've only did pencil on paper. I don't know if that's like a universal thing because, well, obviously people that paint and things of that nature, they go great with that stuff. Just wondered if it was like a like how do you get good at getting the colorations, the shading, the what will fit with this and that. True. I mean, imagination definitely goes wild whenever you give. I think I was like what third grade, and I made like a sort of hybrid of a T Rex and iguana, a sort of rocket RPG for a for shoulder blades. Obviously, I was too young to really know anatomy and things of that nature, so I was having fun with what I was having fun with. Would this work? Yeah, and then Hmm. Huh. That could actually kind of work. Just to make it easier to have that sort of thumb start. Yeah, that worked. Oh, okay, I got a stretch, which is arm across the chest below shoulder height. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 8,000, 9,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Thank you for the stretch, Miri. And honestly, this isn't really like a technique I've been using. This is just something I just thought of doing. You know, separating, like, giving that indentation of the thumb before you start making the thumb. Honestly, it's kind of the reason I've been more wanting to use Blender than like can't remember what it was called, but it was a something else. It just feels better playing with it. I can't remember the name of it. I apologize for that. Okay. All right, so we got 50, Y. So let's see. First one's going to be the human fighter. Second one, I guess, can be the halfling. Drinking. Okay. The halfling. Let's get them relatively centered. And then after that, we could probably go on the Dragonborn, which I believe is a fraction bigger than the human. Then there's the child, so keep it as a halfling. To the back. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, hello, Patrick Play. Thank you for the sub. Very much appreciated. So, I'm debating on whether I want to bring in the Drow because the player for the Drow hasn't shown up in the D&D campaign for a little while. So I don't know if I should bring him in or not. I think for the time being, not. So let's move the other ones over by the Mimic. By the way, this is the Mimic in question for anyone that was wondering why the title. So this Mimic is a baby Mimic that the party found, or technically the Mimic found them because it replaced Barbarian, the Dragonborn's backpack. Because I honestly rolled a random encounter while they weren't really looking, and invisible rolls are king for DM. So they had an encounter with a sort of mystical shop. So I was like, why not a little bit trolly mystical shop? If you don't like have something like in your hand or you're wearing it like close to you, something like that, like it's something loose, like let's say you had a bracelet, but it's not like bound to you, but it's like a loose chain, it's sort of like a shackle sort of thing. It gets replaced by a Mimic. They didn't take any warnings from the Goliath and the guard when they went in. And so most of them have something replaced. It's just not all of them found it yet. which is hilarious. Because okay, so example of something that got changed because they would carry the one of their keys on their belt. So they went to go open their door, unlock it, and they would just hear a crack as they broke the mimic in their hand because it was a baby mimic. And because of the method of how a mimic dies, it just vanished in his hand like a Dark Souls enemy or Elden Ring. For those unfamiliar with Dark Souls. And one of their stuff became a whole backpack because they took off their backpack, interacted with someone, put something in the backpack. They had eyes off, and it was on the ground just willy-nilly. I thought it was great. Okay, so Ragaddor. How do we want to start with you? I think we should break your neck. I would bring back the neck, and bring up the neck. Oh, make sure I'm a third. Okay. Take this backward a lot more because, well, obviously the neck's going to need a lot more support. See, let's go with this. Connected only. Unfortunately, editing is king sometimes. A little bit. Oh, you went down here. Okay. Okay. Oop, my bad. A little bit more of a shrink. I mean, I know I should be activating the clipping, but I feel like I gotta do this first. Okay. Okay, Dragonborn. Now this is something I actually learned from a book way back in my life. It's usually best to start on the a dragon type of creature's head by a shape of either a triangle for a more think of like a green dragon, so it's more of a I strike you fast and then I wait off in the distance, versus a square, which is more of the I'm gonna fight you and well try to box you the whole time. So one of the more brutish, kind of like a white dragon, if I think about it, because they are the hunter type ones with not as much intelligence, still really smart, but is more of the predator of the types. And then the circular are more of the ambush. Given that they're all dragons, especially in D&D, we could duh. I do love how they had that analogy of the triangle being more of the poison dagger, the block being more of a brute hammer, and the circle being more of a sort of like a bow. Like I get a bow with curvature circle, but the other one's like you get painted perfectly. Dagger, sharp, pointy, triangular, hammer, big, blocky, cool. Like you don't really think circle is or round is bow. To be fair, maybe a thrown stone, maybe. Yeah, I could actually like a thrown stone. So, I mean, given that he is a barbarian, the most sense that makes is, well, make him a blocky. But he, It's just he's been how he plays is a little bit strategic to a degree. Not like he's like whenever you think barbarian, you think loud roaring man that goes into a thing. Not some guy that goes, okay, I can hit him really hard with this, or I could have them hit him really hard with this. Is there a way I could combine the two? Of triangle and square. I think square would just be the simplest thing. Yeah, I think square would just be the simplest thing. Why overcomplicate it, right? Okay. Right around there. And right around there. Oh, wait, I think the way to do this is click, click, merge at last. And then it's just a matter of getting this to line up with that. Oops. Kind of works. Okay, then we could make this one grow in a little bit. I forgot to shrink it before I started doing all that. Okay, and then make sure all of these line up. Right now, because we're going to split it in half. We split it that way, and I believe about here and here, and then down here. But I may need to bring it up a little bit more. With that, I could grab you. Bring forward, right around there. Sort of rounded shape there. Okay. That with a T. Whoopsies. All right, and then this one rotates roughly that up. Actually, maybe down so that whenever it gets remeshed, eventually doesn't Control Alt Delete. You want to make sure this is even though. Okay. Hmm. Ah, okay. Potter's being evil. I got confused. So this one, this one, this one. Y'all love. This one, also love. I mean, that's how it usually comes out. It's like nice. It's like, oh, it looks perfect. And then I press like X or something, delete something. And it was like, oh, can I back up? And it's like, oh, whoops, Control Alt deleted. There's always that panic. I love that panic. Okay. Yep. I was going to shoot a lower jaw gets the upper jaw. But yeah, it's actually kind of brutal how often that keeps happening. Like, haha, I made this perfectly. Cool. And then? What do you mean, and then? And then this. And then there's sadness, and then pain, and then nothing else you could ever do. I think I'm just cursing myself at this point by saying all that, you know? And then A. I thought those were going to disappear. A lot more disappeared than I thought it was. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that, because I could just do it right. Which actually reminds me, Control S! Better do that before it's too late. I meant faces. I meant faces. I swear I meant faces. Poof. Oh. All right. So next, maybe I shouldn't have done the mouth yet because that's just adding a lot more. Okay, so I think I can grab you, put that proportional, make it grow a little bit. And kind of, that's kind of getting it. See, would it be better to drink up or running down? Okay, slight dimple seems to be the way. Also, that seems to be the way. A smidge bit more. And go to... I mean, can't forget there's that like sort of gill-esque effect with like iguanas and stuff, so not a bad idea to get that sort of pre started. Hello, Saki Jockey. I'll not lie, not a naming type I expected. Props on that. Thank you for the moonwalk. How are you doing tonight? We do a lot of this here. So, okay. Okay. Oh, is that what it's called? I never actually looked up what that was called. You gotta admit, sometimes it's crazy how these scientists name some of these parts of some animals, you know? Crazy, but, well, not really surprising. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not judging you on liking the sound of some things. I just sort of realized he's kind of looking like Gitter. I think that's what it was called. The animatronic from like not really Chucky's, but like a Chucky's sort of ripoff sort of location. Might as well have fun with this. If he is going to look a little bit on the goofy electronic side, you know. What would be the best shape for this? I could just go become circle. Not gonna lie, that turned out better than I thought it was going to. Ah. I mean, given that, the Mimic doesn't look like a straight up backpack, it looks a little cartoony, goofy, animatronic like. I think it fits perfectly. Like father, like son. Okay, so before I. Ooh. I mean, ooh and not ooh. There was something I wanted to see about doing, which involves getting a circle and a path. Move them both to the right. Rotate on the X like that. Move you up. Rotate you Y. Grab you. Mess with your geometry like so. Let's okay. Maybe a couple more. Move these closer, and then move these closer. Over here. This is something I've actually learned recently. And Control T to give it a twist. So, what this is ideally going to be is a horn. So the great thing about using this method is the fact that I could just curve the horn if I ever need to. Stretch it. Turn it into itself. So really the only question is... So Control J. Okay, gotta be a mesh first. Okay. Well, might as well get it in a position first. Okay. Both off. pull this back, pull this back, pull this back, pull this down. I'm thinking of sort of a sort of this maneuver. Out, up, Alt S to make it roll a little bit. Alt T to untwist it. A little bit. A little bit. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to do two comparison. Like, does the low look better, or maybe making it a bit higher? But yeah, I found this sort of technique really interesting because I'm looking for different ways of doing hair because that is a heck of a struggle that I have on the new model that I've been trying. I don't like this slightly taller one. Right out of his head a little bit. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, definitely a deeper cut though. Definitely liking that one with the deeper cut. Subdivide it a little bit more. Nope. Got that one. Nice. Nice. Right now, I want to separate these. Just rigid. Yes. Give it I mean, there's also the fact I could make it like a sort of crown, sort of mess. What you? Man, that's something I need to get a lot better at. Actually selecting the the thing I need. Ooh. Bring you back. And just hit extrude. Here. You go up and you go up. Let me unturn it a little bit. More. Oop. I hit the wrong button. Hmm. Little bit of love coming into that one. Should I do one more though? Hmm. Could probably see it. Can you select that one, please? Thank you. Oh, I thought it was a simple ask. Now that looking pretty fire, actually. Yeah, that's look really good. Okay. I think personally settled the uppy one. we gotta love our uppies, chat. It'd be fine if I could click, Nick, Nick. Hmm. Yeah, I think that works perfectly. Now it's just a matter of converting, which from her to a mesh, and from a mesh to a joint. Ha ha! Symmetry! I did kind of forget to pull the head back. Epsies! That is side, not back. Got to round the skull slightly, you know? Just a little bit. There's a sort of beauty in it. Now I need to shrink the head a little. Just realize that's a big ol' head. I know, slightly baby neck. I'm gonna actually turn on flipping finally. Uh, fine. Huzzah! But unhuzzah! Hmm. There seems to be an issue. Yeah. Um. And then merge. Ah! I missed center. Little embarrassing, I admit. Yeah. So I think it's only. It does kind of help pressing both buttons, you know? Do, do. Try to close the gap, dang it. Okay, so I need to go quick. Go, Heidi, Heidi, bye bye. I knew it. There was a hole. There was a whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot of hole. That was not. Ha ha! By the power of pressing the H button. Maybe once. Click, click. Meow. Meow. Vertical center. Vertical center. Vertical center. Did not do it. Yeah, I need a better angle of the other dot. Okay, fine, that works. Because we don't want gaps, especially when we remesh. It will delete a lot of stuff. Okay, we don't want that. Scary. Ooh, but terrifying. Ooh, the power of ads. You know, I gotta figure out why it does that. But it really loves just making a ton of these things. Yeah, I keep getting X-ray makes that easier. Don't know why. Brain just does not compute. All right. Okay, given I do need to probably make his neck a little bit thicker. Oh, flipping. I think right around there works. And now turn on flipping. And turn it off again. Okay, this needs to move in the way of Y. This one definitely needs to make a move in the Y. Let's go. Oh, did not realize that. Why is it a separate? Oh, I never noticed that before. All I wanted to do was move the head just a sliver forward. Thinking that might be a little bit easier. Especially with the neck. Maybe a little bit skinnier in the skull. Such big cheekbones you have, Dragon Bone. Maybe a little bit of curvature doesn't help, or doesn't hurt over here. Just a smidge bit. Yeah. There we go. Always need to corner her mouth. Huzzah! I will not lie. I thought I've been here for 2 hours already. It's only been an hour, 20 minutes. Oh, I feel hurt. Maybe a little bit more adjustments here. It'll probably fix itself whenever I'm bored. Oh, I need to actually. I think I need to undo this. Hold on, because whenever I remesh, I think it's going to make all of that disappear. So we'll wait till after we voxel it or remesh it. I'm glad I thought of that now. Okay, nostrils. How will we do the nostrils? Yeah, very good point. Nostrils. Thank you for the reminder. Ah, an idea. Something excessive. No. 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 Yep, because then whenever we eventually get through the voxel and nobody looks inside the mouth, shh. There we go. That'd have been an odd detail. But yeah, so that should still keep it at a bump so we could just eventually go in with the I forgot what the tool was, but essentially just cut into there Should make that a bit easier in the future, obviously. What should we do for the eyes? I mean, the very obvious thing with the eyes would probably just be UV sphere, bring it upwards, shrink it down, bring it blah blah, and then blah blah, and then blah blah, and then rotate it on the axis of the Y variety, and then calling it a day. Yeah, it does work. But I'm actually going to have that separate. Because there's a sort of a thing you could do with the eyes to give it a sort of, not really a 3D effect, but makes it easier. But that should work. We'll work on that later. Okay, so that should be a curve. That should be working at normal. I'm going to remove that. Bring in a new circle. So that this. Copy this again. In the butt. Gotta give him that honky. You big, strong barbarian. Actually, I wonder how. I wonder how they intended it, like the Wizard of the Coast wanted to make the Dragonborn's tail, because it could honestly be the most complicated thing in the world. Given the fact that, it could have frills, it could have like a spike on the end, it could have like that sort of spinal sort of spikiness coming out of the back of the neck. Which does point something out I could also do with the curve. I'm going to give this a real quick test. So we want to get a cone. Also going to move it to the side. Edit it. Bring it up. Here. 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 Nope. Needs to be hatch. Go here. Here. Up. Double it. Okay. So this should be relatively a solid piece. Then we can get a path. Bring it up to here. Edit it. Get it to relatively start there. Go here. 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 trying to get it to like follow the curvature of the back. Not sure if it's going to do that well. That was a whoopsies on my end. It's like, oh, okay. There's a method to this madness. I want to say I swear. It's going to be on the slightly difficult side. I mean, I guess at the same time, we don't have to make it like super exact. This is just me testing something. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay, so now we grab you, modifiers, ray on a curve of you. And we go by distance. We go a bit more than each, I think. Roughly like that. I don't know, yay, nay? I should work a little bit more on the everything else first, or it's safe for now. But I think that's a good placeholder for the moment. I might have to make a second one. No path. Show. And show whenever. Or not show. I might have to make another curve that goes. Wait. Do I need another curve actually? Nope. I would. Oh. Okay. It won't work. I was thinking because that's also a path. It would work, but I guess because we have it set with the circle, so we're just going to leave that for now. Okay. You're relatively okay for the moment. Probably shrunk a little bit more on that end. Sorry, it's a little bit of it's kind of bothering me. This literal bit. These go a little bit like that. Okay, that was just bothering me a little bit too much. Okay. So just like the horns, we keep it separate. So when we voxel, it don't kill. It'll be a little funny. I mean, I might as well adjust or convert this to a mesh. This I don't think would be too much. We love it. Okay. Uh, what? That was not X. What? 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 That scared. It's X-axis. It's not the X-axis. It was the Y-axis, but it was the Z-axis. Ah! I lost my mind. Give me 5 to 10 business days to figure out where I lost it. Because, I changed the X, I swear. I swear I do English well. Wow, that got me, honestly. Alright. One game of figuring out. Obviously, Dragonborns have a thumb. I hope. I hope that's obvious. In my mind place, yes. I hit 9. What? I missed the proportional editing, and somehow it. Or again, I went for it and missed, very obviously. But what? So first we flatten it. Then we move it a little bit back. God, finding out that there's proportional editing with connected only. Amazing. Best discovery in all of the lands. Okay. I'm thinking thumb, essentially forefinger, and pinky. I mean, you don't need a lot of fingers to pick up a great axe, right? So we could actually just, let's make sure we're not selecting anything. Essentially just go Shift B, rotate as we please. Make it a little bit too all fatness. I meant Y MCA. I can resist. Yeah. Ah, screw it. Fat fingers. Fat Dragon Ball fingers. Big old fat fingers. Maybe a little bit thicker. Just a smidgen. They have retractable claws, so maybe they should have slightly flattened tips. That seems fair. Uh, hmm. Hmm. I think it was the right idea, just wrong execution. Let me try a different idea. Or my cylinders. Okay. Meow. 5 by 90. Drink. 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 Grow. Don't know if I want to do a nut, like put a circle there for a knuckle. Well, it's going to be a knuckle. That doesn't need to be both ends. Hmm. Yeah, I like this is kind of wishing I'm a little bit better at well, this whole creating deal. You know, I mean that might be just me critiquing myself a little bit too hard, but at the same time, kind of impossible not to have that sort of mindset every once in a while, right? I think that's and no. Like,
Nice. uh, random dot in the wild. No idea what it was about. Unless I extruded without realizing.
I mean, not bad. Definitely not going to complain about that. It'll probably look a little bit more, clicks here, rotate on the Z-axis back 45, back on 9, minus 45. That just means I need to drag you like that. Nope. So probably for a little bit of simplicity, line with it, rotate it. Give it a little bit of bend so it's easier for us in the future to tell where exactly it's at. Specifically the knuckle. I feel like it might get a little rude. Yeah, it's going rude. It might actually be best to also make sure they maybe also where it is. Don't want to make the knuckles useless. Oh, I think we need to also rotate this. Just this one. You're special, but not that special. Woo. Woo. The L is a dangerous monster to touch. But yeah, there was just like this slight realization that the thumb doesn't face the exact same way as the other fingers. Look, I may claim to be dumb, but I am dumb. Wait. It'll mesh in. It'll be fine. Minus the fine part. It's gonna be painful. Connect these. There we go. That gives me a little bit more calmness. All right. Oh man, I am not. I don't know why, but I don't think I'm going to be looking forward to the actual sculpting again. Oh, and sorry. Hi, Anthony. Sorry, I didn't see you. The hands. The hands. They're a monster. Okay. Next is the feet. Oh, favorite of always the Twitch chat. Ideally, it should be simple. So we all know I'm going to do something unbueno. Little bits. It's gonna be cut it in half over here.
Nice.
Hi, LeBron. We're essentially making the D&D party. So I started off with the Mimic because the easiest one, to be fair. And we are currently on the Dragonborn, who I just realized has really big hands. Nice! But yeah, we're just getting the simplicity of it done, essentially. But how you doing? You doing okay? You having a good night? You beating up everyone? Oh, I'm over 100? Oh, when would that happen? But thank you for letting me know. I get that one in that. This, here. This. Actually, it these. Pizzas. Etchings. And hmm. Hmm. That feel right, I'm not gonna lie. At last. Last. At last. At last. Maybe I need to cut down the middle. Oh, you know that did that. Okay, that's actually looking a little bit more legit. Okay. I mean, honestly, I shouldn't really be putting this much emphasis on the feet. I mean, I feel like I should at the same time, mostly. That could just be the effect of there. I have a program running on my gaming PC that is supposed to be noise filtering, so it could be a little bit of that. Oh, okay, that's just actually just the computers having trouble talking to each other. They're less than 5 feet away from each other, but there's still like a slight disconnectivity to it. So horrible. Okay, I think I got to do a different idea with this. Okay, so what if I go Taurus, break it down, locate at 90, bring it in front, something like this, tilt it inward, then outward. I had an idea, now I can't remember what it was. So, doing this. Now what if we brought in a cube? Let's put right. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Maybe you ate something with starch? Would be my best guess. Again, could be just the best guess. I am not the best when it comes to like food-based items like that. Huh. Well, happy that your other favorite streamer is live. Right. Does that? Would it just be better to go click the forest? Hmm. Hmm. Huh? Oh, did not expect that. I'll not lie. I mean, hey, it works. Can you say pneumonial traumacros copulus copulaconocytosis? Probably not. I'd probably butcher that word horrifically. Same problem. But also same solution. Have you the bevel mentioned? Also, the Schwinks. The Schwinks! But, yeah, what, Papa, where does that, by the way? If you don't mind the ask. Alright, but can you say Chaga Gaga Gaman Chaga Gaga Gaga Chabong Gagamao? Again, probably not. That seems like an especially worrisome word. Longest words. Huh. Oh, this one. Goodbye, whatever you wear. Wear. Rude. That's that's probably gonna hurt a lot when it meshes. Please get it close off to make the mesh easier in the future. Okay. I'm not saying anything, yeah, so let's go with that. Huh. Wait, isn't that a what was it? I think I've actually seen that word before. It was a a place that's in the Netherlands, I believe. I think I've only seen it one time as a sort of meme, so it's hard for me to really remember it. Ah. Sorry, I had a little bit of a chest pressure. Yeah, let's phrase it that way. Eventually, the VA will let me know if I'm having. Ugh. Well, that was tasty. I was ever going to have a problem with that EKG, right? Ooh, that actually does hurt a little bit, actually. Ah. To put a bit of the pain. Can I substitute and double it to the next person? That's a yick. Ooh. Pneumonia, Trimcros, Pixilicola, Canonicanosis is a Baldi's Basics mod? Why do I feel like that's like a sort of, how would I phrase it? A Duolingo sort of thing. If I remember correctly, Baldi's Basics was the... I think I saw Markiplier play it all those a few years back. Has a dude in a green shirt with a... I can't remember if it was the concert wand, if it was a ruler, or just a really sturdy pencil. And I've never heard a pencil slap across a hand unless it broke someone's pinky. Specifically, the pinky. Okay, I actually think we are good to apply and then remesh. Now remember, if this goes wrong, it wasn't me. But if it goes right, I'm gonna cry. I knew it! It was gonna be the frick? But where? But where? Mostly how? You son of a guns! You sneaky little booty butt! I can't believe it. The betrayals was me. And that was another thing with the chest. Oh. Also, see chat, see. I was going to do the non bueno. I did it. No, these are tears. I don't cry. How did it get worse? Who punched a hole in my dragonborn? Cause I gotta say, we're using buckshot? That is that's some brutality. The neighbor still flying to it all. Doopy dad. Now we've locked a with the spa. Ha ha! I forgot the bell! No! Anime crash out. The villain arc begins. Get it? Arc? But also pain. Alright. Not even the nose piece stayed. Oof. Alright, so maybe wait, 2. Keep a smile. He kept his smile. Winner without the chicken dinner. I'm trying to remember why I'm a chicken. Why I'm a bird. I go. No, there's no bird here. Okay, good. Sorry, it was starting to get on the dog's nerves. Yeah, that's a way to phrase it. Alright, have the X share the Y and the Y ask me questions. Yeah. 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 You guys are barrel free. I screwed up with the feet. The feet too big. But at the same time, I didn't screw up on the feet to get the feet so big. I might need to just go loose and then loose a little bit. Yeah. Just to add a little bit of definition to the feet. Just a little bit. Oh, it's too tight. Okay. From the inside. Wait, what? Oh, right. We combined the tail. I forgot we combined the tail. Chat, I swear, I remember everything. Except that we've done stuff. And I gotta make sure he got a little bit of muscles to carry that ass. Accessory. Just a little bit of a carrying capacity. Just a little bit. It's not a whole cheeked up on a Saturday morning, but there needs to be some growth. Let's do what I can. Okay. Where is our draw shark? Okay. Roughly like that. And let's go bit. Okay. Leave those definitions. Edit the establishmentarianism. It's a word I could barely read. So of course I could say it. I probably screwed that up. Yeah. I think it was clay strips and then crunch, 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 crunch. And just to give that like sort of muscle fiber feel to it, you know. Not perfect, obviously. But it does carry more of the definition. Not by much, though. Okay. Back to the draw sharp. Don't need a lot of strength in those ones. Whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I don't know, I think he'd be a little bit skinny as a lizard type. I feel like I'm in the right for that one. And then the belly buttons. Oh, belly button! No, kidding. I mean, would a dragonborn have a belly button? They're reptilian, so I could only assume they were born from, like, eggs, so... But at the same time, is that true? Ah, that's what it was. It was too rounded right there. Gotcha. I also need to re-clay it. Come back, clay. Clay! Good time. Depressions. Ooh, big depression. The Great Depressions. There we go. Here, a little bit more polishing of the literal variety. Get the raw tool. I'm gonna have to refuse on that one, LeBron. Not for any other reason than, that one actually looks a little bit on the terrifying list. Not by much, but still. Where are you finding these words, by the way? If you don't mind my asking. 100-letter words. Is that what the search criteria was? What word is the word of the 100 variety? Because you got that word. There we go. Make a little bit dent right here. Ah, okay. I thought you were like searching up like specific countries or things of that nature. Not saying, you know, good or bad to do so. Just saying, you're mean. It would mean. Just kidding. It's a relatively large spinal indent. As if, you know, we're going to be looking at his back. It's going to be essentially like a family photo. I am just going to be putting essentially just a waistcloth on him because as the Dragonborn, he doesn't really try to wear anything. He wants to maximize the unarmored defense. Maybe give it a little bit of thickness. Which plateau? Plateau. 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 Ah. Plateau view. Plateau of safety. Oh, it tried to give itself a tongue. Proud of you, buddy. uh, hmm. Yes. Crack something back there. Hmm. But this isn't key. This is just like sort of little inconsistencies, if that makes sense. Good. Give it a little bit more. I mean, he already looked a little bit cartoony with the heads. I did kind of screw up on that one. In the sense of, yeah, I didn't intend to make him cartoony. In the literal sense. This one does sort of do this. Hmm. You need that to. What if it just pattern it up over here? I do need it to go lightly like that. Yeah, roughly like that, yeah. Alright. Shit. Oh, you found something? I have no idea how to start that one. Don't know if that's an I or an L. Oh, crash goes the whole T of my neck. Holy heck. Oh, you know it was a good crack whenever the dog goes, "Are you okay?" Just a little bit of definition, just a little bit of definition. A little bit of definition, a little bit of amendments, a little bit of the definitions. Hmm. Compact those muscles. Gives him strength without depth. There we go. Hmm? Okay. Good luck with whatever you need to do there, LeBron. Circle for the elbow. Mostly for the effects of thank you, maneuver. Not a lot of it, but a lot of it. And then we go G. Too much G. Hmm. I can move and I wanted it to. And I got one a little bit better. Give me that cut. Give me that cut, G. Give me that cut, G. Yeah. And back to giving definition, giving definition. Giving definition, giving definition. Give me a definition, can make it small. Oh boy, we make it small. Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing how some creatures that doesn't look like they have a lot of bulk can. It's just concentrated muscle mass. So, example, like kind of like a spider. Obviously, because of the chitin shell, you don't really see a lot of the meaty insides would be a phrase. They're like, oh yeah, it's just a spider. It doesn't really do much, but the fact that it's like carrying something so much heavier than itself inside of its tiny little frame could be a sentence. Is actually really really cool thinking about it. It's kind of a no wonder that a lot of people like to study animals. Like like with some aircraft. Like they were having a big issue with getting some aircraft to properly fly until they started noticing animals like the Peregrinian falcon, I believe it's called. Really fast bird, fastest animal on the planet, because the diving speed is like absurd. That's saying something. It was like what clocked in over 105 miles per hour, which is, well, again, kind of incredible. And the fact that it's able to just live going as it ambush other birds in the air. Can you imagine that poor seagull going, I got flinch bites, I got flinch bites, I got flinch bites, and then like blinking and finding themselves on the ground completely shattered? Like, whoo, that has gotta be a trip. Just on an emotional level. You know? So I like how I could go so much better on random dragon board acquisition. Yet I can't make my model because I get stuck on the hair. I mean, to be fair, I have made a Dragonborn before, so it's not like this is the first thing. But still, the fact that I am like working so much faster on this than my own model that I've been spending months making, hair is honestly kicking my butt. I hate that it is, but it is. Now that I think about it, I haven't even started on the hands on my model. I mean, I got the palm, but not the fingers. Obviously, not the fingertips if I don't have the fingers, and things of that nature. Like, dang, I am really just. Ooh. That deep cut cheat. Starting to enjoy saying that actually now. Give me that deep cut G. Okay. Horrible. Okay. Let's deflate the foot a little bit, but like better. I didn't realize it was like so lopsided. I'll not lie. Okay. Oh. Don't think I'm gonna really quote unquote muscle out again. The tail is really just not that important at the moment. Okay, so if I was gonna give him something to wear, I think I'll go with something about a toga, I guess. So essentially, it would go click, click. Why is it not selecting? Oh, I keep forgetting. I could just go click. Sometimes. Okay. Um, yeah, maybe something more on those levels. Uh, oh, I hate it so much. Why is it always so mean? Where? Eh? Okay. Kill it! Yeah, kind of had no choice on that one. Click, 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 click. Okay, we're good. Honestly, this is probably still too much clothes for the Dragonborn. Well, I think we'll be fine living with this much. Please let me find out we're living with this much. uh, this one, the beats. This one. Oh, that's reassuring. Hmm. That's reassuring. Oh, there's a method for it. Okay. I think there was a modifier. Line wrap. Objects. Something. No. Okay. Um, I am clicking here. God dang it. Oh, clicking here. Clicking here. It's slow, but it eventually gets it. Ooh. Alright, that's solidified. Solidify! Hmm. So now we solidified by, I believe we go with a thickness of 3. I also forgot to hit A, subdivide, but not much. I hate it. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder what could be wrong. So I guess the only alternative, that what I meant. I meant to hit Q, leading the top and lower. Yes. This one, get this one. Got something back. Um, okay. I think that did a pretty decent job. Gonna have to sculpt it a little bit, but I think it's okay. At least for now. If not, I have doomed this all. Okay, now we hit the... Ooh, what was it called? I think it was you. Nope. Something with a B. Is it bowling? Bowling, 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 bowling. Gotta make a hole for the hole. I mean, it made a hole, I think. Maybe. I think. Okay, now we go into sculpt mode. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all imagine this is what the Dragonborn are wearing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he knows how to change clothes. Other than when he's forced to, literally. As awkward as that sounds, it is kind of legit. Okay, bro. I think I meant to do this one. Maybe it doesn't have it enough. Yeah. Gotta keep that censorship in mind, everybody. I am kind of liking these the folds that is going on though. It is on the neat side. And guess what? Control S. Save it. Shit. All right, Martha. Let's get that tail. Let's get that booty. Where that curve? Curve. Ha. Yes. Rotate C for 9B. Now play with the wings attached. However you want to phrase it. Lower, something, let's get bowling. Raw on a this one to be exact. Oh, got it. Go on. We need a rotated mittens. Roughly like that. Um, huh. Hmm. Oh, well, it just needs to. Huh. Okay. Very oddly swimmy. Aw. Okay, what if I just went to 0, 0, 0 really quickly? Then it's whatever the heck is going on. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Now, how do I have it, hmm, I don't want it to. Hmm. Curve is our best bet, which I would like it to make it to where it kind of like shrinks towards the end. Hmm. I mean, it kind of does it, but not really. Hmm. Maybe something do I want like that one's. Hmm. Welcome back, Laurence. I'm getting too early. Yeah. Scenes. Better go back to anything else. Oh, that looked a little illegal. Ooh, Okay. Hmm. Did you get what you needed to get done? If you don't mind my asking. Yeah, I think I'm set to go with that. It looked good. I can't complain. You need to get rid of this. Yeah, I think you found what you were looking for. And about. We're gonna start coloring, boys and girls. That's gonna hurt. That's a lie. Alright. So, inside our eye is gonna be get the whole eye is sort of yellow-esque. Hmm. What should the outer eye be? Maybe like a reddish orange, little metallic. And then you go to the rim of that one. Okay, this one also black, like you. Honestly, eyes came out a lot better than I thought they were going to. I looked at that. Uh, Just mirroring, J, J. Okay. Body. Like that. We do it for like the soft belly side. As for essentially everywhere else, hmm, how will this go? Go really quickly. Whoop! I hit C. Forgive me. This time you don't need a bread wrap. Maybe change that one to like a little bit more. That's wrong one. The yellow end. I really wish I was better at the coloring business. Thank you for the radar, Striker. Hope you had a wonderful time on Dungeons and Dragons Online. Did you get some fun in? Ooh, nice. The grind. Gotta respect the grind. If not, then what can't we respect? But yeah, thank you once again for sharing your community over here. If you don't know who I am ArcFanNox, the Birdman of the Dead variety. Currently just messing around on Blender, making the Mimic Party. So here's the Mimic of the D&D party that we occasionally, once in a while, play on D&D. And I'm currently went from the Mimic the baby to the to its papa. And modeling here and there because, you know, we got a pretty successful upper half. And then we got feet. You know how it is. The feet's illegal. I actually forgot to go click J. Oh, Control J. Click Control J. But yeah, did you get a lot of the good grinding in, or any difficulties? And if you need to work, if you need to rest, if you need to get something to drink, something to eat, things of the nature of that, be sure to do so. You don't have to let me know. This is long. Go yourself. I really need to figure out how to. Like, I know there's UV. What's weird? Getting it on the UV and all that to, you know, get the coloration right, but I keep getting so mad at that thing. Like, don't get me wrong, the UV can be very helpful when, you know, getting something made, but I swear, more than half the time I am just playing the game of, yeah, it could, but it chooses not to. You know? That would have honestly pissed me off a little bit. Like, obviously, it's definitely something I would have to learn a little bit more because of, it's a function, really. You. Yeah, that too. But I did get something that actually helps with that, and that is where I do it. This, Mestrify. So essentially, I could, you know, keep all the faces and just get rid of a mass majority of them. The only reason why I have so much is because I was trying to save the mouth. I probably should have just kept it as a simple square. That would have probably helped a lot. I forgot to change that number, but we're going to be stuck in this for a second. Because I believe what it does is it makes the model fresh with no colors. So in other words, just coloring business. That's kind of useless. Oops. I definitely did a boo-boo. I would just stretch and just go, everything is fine. The Inferno behind me, it's for the cook, yeah. I mean, it always does this when it remeshes like this. With a remeshify. But if it explodes, I'm blaming my curtains for no reason. Other than because it's kind of funny. Okay, Coco? Coco has fallen on the floor. Okay. Okay, well, look at those eyes. It's dead. He has been murdered. I have lots less of the squares, but ooh, they did a number on our boy. Good thing we can instantly bring him back. Wow. Anyway. I guess I need to get a little more learned on this. I mean, at the same time, I could probably just. I'm going to actually need to go click. I got to. Yeah. And then. I was just gonna decimate really quickly. Because that's honestly the fast way. And slightly less tedious. But I am fine with decimating. Decimate. Alright, if I remember correctly, the number that usually works the best for me is 0.22. Which will definitely take a while from 121,000 faces. That's actually not a lot of faces considering, well, I guess it's not counting the horns at the current moment. But normally whenever I'm somewhat done with something like this, it's in like the billions. Maybe a few less. I swear I double tapped on it. Ah! I wanted to type in a not 0. I did not want to type in a 0. Chat, save my soul. I thought you get scritches to the go. Oh, don't lie, that scared the crap out of me. Ooh. Oh, that was scary. It turned into a singular celled organism. Alright, I think 12,000 faces is a lot easier to mess with. Look at him, he's all birdiful. Birdiful? Cat, English, help. I don't remember it. So it's not the most Miniaturize. Welcome back, LeBron. Didn't keep it even. But at least I can make it look a little bit more. So, did you leave to figure out how to do the... What type of text was that? Italiac? Italiac? Word? Yeah, definitely word. Word is definitely the right word for the word. So I screwed that one up. I didn't mean to. I meant to use the C command. Okay. Just making sure I am pressing the corrected buttons. I hope. Check the inside. Wow. It's up pretty good, essentially. Turn that one back red. Also red. I mean, you accomplished in trying new fonts, so there's that. Rectify. I'm not going to spend too much time on feet. I need to figure out how to do claws eventually. But it's not really that important because this isn't like a model that's going to be actively used. It's just going to be essentially family photo. Where, you know, it poses with the human, the halfling, and the drow. Essentially. I mean, I may make it an animated thing. It would be neat if I could make it to where, let's say, whenever I pull up the D&D, I can make it respond to each person playing each thing, but that's not really gonna happen. Here, here, here. Put it in just a little bit. Okay. Yeah! Easiest nose in the wild seconds. Yeah, considering how bad I usually am with coloring, it's not horrible. As I am horrible at this. Right around there. I mean, I don't have to make it uniform. But I think that's relatively close. Yeah, do it. Okay. And then we grab y'all. Rejoining. But yeah, I think we have our dragon. I just kind of realized, I think I just made just face-wise, ignoring the horns and the eyes. I think I made a child-friendly Shinron from Dragon Ball. And now I can't unsee it. Okay. Oop, nope, I missed it. There it is. Just trying to see how many... Oh, you're not joined? Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably because of the mirrors. Miawa, miawa, anda miawa, 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 manda miawa. Happy boy. Good boy. Who's your good baby puppy boy? Who is now one entity? Okay. But yeah, I think that's going to be enough for tonight. So let's go ahead and get ourselves like a selfie with our boy. Look at him. Look at that slack jaw. Get this out of the way. Take away the grids. Ah! No? Okay. Alright, but I am going to say that it's a very great attempt at at making up for last week not doing both D&D and art. I did kind of want to do some Blender and some Never to Everness, but I kind of got a little bit too focused on this for a good reason, because I wanted to. Which, you know, was kind of the best reason. And sometimes Never to Everness is a little bit of a stressful being sometimes. Not a lot of times, but a good amount of times. So with that being said, I'm just waiting for Firefox to pop open so I could see where we could read into on the iteration that is which that one. Words. Words fail me, but I fail me more. Well, with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's art stream. Enjoy the rest of their night. Tomorrow is... Sorry. Technically today. Time zone is time zone. But next stream should be Never to Everness, like nothing else. No substitute, nothing of that sorts. So look forward to that if that's what you like watching me do. As for YouTube, this is where we all say goodbye. So Twitch, if you don't mind, big old wave for YouTube. Very much appreciate that you all showed up. Hope to see you all next time. And again, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If I could ever figure out how to properly do a raid out, I will find out how to do it. But I swear it's confusing me on purpose. So with this being said, bye-bye, YouTube. Be sure to say goodbye to Twitch, YouTube. And